What's up, Crypto Crew, and welcome back. Or if this is your first time, I'm Captain Crypto Mite, actively escaping the matrix, scoping out the crypto oceans. If you like your odds, get on the boat, stay up to date, thumbs up, and join the hunt.
Into the boat!
Crypto Crew, once again, we wish you a happy 2025. This is going to be an interesting and I believe fruitful year, especially when you realize what you have. Kaspa hasn't even started his own bull run yet at the making of this recording. We've seen so many who doubt or even hate Kaspa spreading FUD and misinformation because of lacking price action, which is temporary and does not prove what will be months from now.
There is no such thing as bad publicity.
Kaspa is still all to play for during its first bull run, with all of Kaspa's development still to unfold. Not financial advice, I'm just sharing my personal conviction with conviction. If you're invested in Kaspa, understand what you hold and hold with conviction. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. In essence, Crypto Crew, Kaspa is a proof of work crypto, i.e. a digital asset, and like all assets, you need to protect your Kaspa. That's why on this channel, I will continue to encourage you to store your Kaspa offline on a cold storage. My personal favorite is the Tangent wallet, plug and play, easy to use, a great way to practice self-custody, and the most affordable cold storage of all in my opinion. So if you wish to order your Tangent wallet today, you can get 10% off, link in the description box below. Thanks so much for your consideration and support in advance, and may the Lord Jesus Christ bless you all.
We've got Marathon Digital mining Kaspa over other proof-of-work coins next to Bitcoin. We've got Grayscale and hedge funds starting to invest into Kaspa. We've got Kasplex. We've got the Crescendo fork taking it to 10 blocks per second. And you're bearish on Kaspa right now? If you can't hold, you're never going to be rich, especially in crypto.
In the following few months, we are going to have the Crescendo hard fork, which is going to introduce a lot of changes and updates, including increasing the block rate to 10 blocks per second and the TPS to 3,000 transactions per second on the mainnet. It's just around the corner.
Once Kaspa runs on 10 blocks per second, it is the fastest proof-of-work network on the entire crypto ocean. Not only that, Kaspa at 10 BPS will be 4 times faster than Solana, which is a blockchain that is fast but sacrifices decentralization and deals with frequent network failures. Not only does Kaspa stay fully decentralized, it solves the blockchain trilemma and aims to solve issues in the real world, for example in the finance sector, dealing with instant transactions. Only thing that separates Kaspa from the next level is time and adoption. Time to implement 10 blocks per second and smart contracts in Q1 and summer of 2025 respectively. Adoption by tier 1 exchanges for normie investors during this bull run, as well as adoption by institutions through the help of Kaspa KII.
Gigawatt coin isn't just another stable coin. It's a financial instrument designed for the energy sector. Built on Kaspa's ultra-scalable proof-of-work tech, it's backed by real-world assets like renewable energy credits, carbon offsets, green bonds, physical energy infrastructure, as well as a basket of select fiat assets. It's fractionizable down to the kilowatt hour. Every fraction represents a real unit of energy. And it means that energy can become a globally tradable financial asset. Borders become irrelevant. Instant settlements on energy-related transactions can happen via Kaspa.
This idea of this gigawatt coin that Rory is coming up was already an idea that was discussed 20 years ago in EFET, the European Federation of Energy Traders. Listen, we trade across Europe, for instance, from country to country, and we have to pay through banks and convert money in those days. And there's a lot of cost related to this, and sometimes it even creates problems like delay time, but also even errors of failures in the system. And they said, why don't all the traders create some kind of common basis like a coin? If we would have had the Kaspa 20 years ago, for sure we would have taken this Kaspa.
On top of institutional adoption, we have Kaspa Cafe, a new project on the KRC20 network. Kaspa Cafe bridges the gap between between small businesses and people with the revolutionary technology of Kaspa, which is a step to real-world adoption for Kaspa in a very practical way. Kaspa Cafe exists to help integrate businesses into accepting and using Kaspa by assisting or providing and setting up cafe payment terminals that also node mine Kaspa. Cafe Pay is a Kaspa payment integration merchant service provider, i.e. a PayPal, Square, or Clover. Because let's be for real, crypto crew, if Kaspa is going to become digital silver to do what even Bitcoin could not, which is fulfilling the role as actual currency, adoption is key. Now imagine a proof-of-work crypto project that can be utilized as a mode of payment competing with the likes of Visa. Kaspa founder Jonathan Sompolinsky wanted to build a payment system similar to Visa, but without the need to trust anybody. And he talked about this back in 2018, years before Kaspa even existed.
So anyone who knows blockchain internally acknowledges that it is in and of itself a database technology that is inferior to any centralized database. There are many talks in the community how to scale up the system, but we must acknowledge that any scaling technology will forever lose to Visa's technology. This is a statement about the technology itself. And the reason is that because we are trying to build a trustless system, this trustless implies lots of scalability limitations, which Visa doesn't have. So any feature that blockchain will have, Visa will probably copy, scalability-wise. Today, it's 10,000 transactions, the capability of Visa at least. Bitcoin is not near that. So whenever someone says we have blockchain is more secure, it's not more secure per se, it's not more private per se, and it's slower.
As we know today, Jonathan ended up building a system that scales better than Visa without sacrificing anything. Kaspa is just the perfect solution, as it is not only proof of work, it also still relies on the Nakamoto Consensus, the security protocol which has been providing security for Bitcoin for the last 15 years. This is something Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson talked about recently.
The second challenge is in the legacy financial world, and frankly, the real world, you don't have this idea of transactions without identity. You don't have this idea of businesses and no identity, assets and no identity. When you see a plot of land, what's the first question you ask? Who owns that? When you see a business, who owns that? Who? Something happened. Who were the people involved? What's the story behind that? Where is this in crypto? We have accounts, we have UTXO, we have transactions, and we have metadata, but where's the identity primitive of these types of things? The legacy world has spent centuries regulating and optimizing and figuring out how to answer the question who. How to adjudicate the question of who, the dispute resolution systems and the property rights systems and the transnational agreements. The cryptocurrency space doesn't. So how do I bring real-world assets? How do I build real-world businesses in a space that lacks a who? I have to invent one, a digital who.
Hoskinson, who has praised Jonathan Sompolinsky on many occasions, claims he doesn't know anything about Kaspa, which would mean he doesn't know that what he was talking about is what Kaspa embodies and what the Kaspa team has been working on for years.
On the mainnet right now we have 1 block per second, 300 transactions per second. The testnet is live, it's open, anyone can join it, anyone can spam it, do whatever they want. We are running on 3,000 transactions per second, over 10 blocks per second. Very, very smoothly. People join, again, as I said, with very cheap hardware. People sync all cell phones to the mainnet, the testnet, and still they are holding their own, and the nodes are holding 3,000 transactions per second without even breaking a sweat.
Running the brand new release of 10 blocks per second testnet 11. So you can see it's accepting 12 blocks, 19 blocks, 2 blocks, 14 blocks. So it's totally rocking. It took a little while to catch up and do the IBD and get all the blocks it needs from the last 3 days in order to be able to be synced. But it's this little pipsqueak right here. I mean, this thing is 11 years old. It's got 16 gigs of RAM and a solid state drive. And the top of the line 4-core hyper-threaded Intel CPU from 11 years ago.
And the vision of 10 blocks per second is that things become internet speed crypto, internet speed proof of work. So you keep the same ethos, the same principles of Bitcoin, of a Nakamoto system, proof of work, blocks, transactions, all the things you're familiar with, and you are sequencing the messages differently, sequencing the blocks differently in a way that is guaranteeing eventual agreement, similarly to Nakamoto Consensus. So we started with 1 block per second. Sutton took on the endeavor of writing things in Rust and enabling things to run on 10 blocks per second. And then I was imagining we can run with 100 blocks per second.
In Kaspa, we really believed in if we build it, they will come approach. And we believe we can go higher. I believe we can go over 10,000, but right now there is no need to.
And so, Crypto Crew, Kaspa hasn't even started its own bull run yet, has all to play for, yet there are so many people who doubt or hate on Kaspa and are spreading FUD and misinformation. But if you are invested in Kaspa, understand what you hold and hold with conviction. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.
Stick around.
Fix your mind before you get to the grind. And with that said, let's continue to escape the matrix. Let's continue to be on the lookout for the next big thing here on the crypto ocean. Grow in grace, and let's make some crypto waves. Say I.